Good morning, it is 5 to 8. One beef dinner gone, one beef dinner left. I'm going to pick that up, Peggy, because you're hanging about and that's Charlie's. Yes, it's gone because you've eaten yours and Charlie's not eating his. So you need to just hang now. And Andrew will put that back down later. So my breakfast is 2 of the M&S crumpets and about 20 grams of jam and some banana. I have mashed it because I haven't eaten all the bananas this week, any bananas, so they are really soft, so they needed mashing rather than slicing. And that is 340 calories with my coffee. Yum yum. Right, good afternoon. It is 5 to 1. I've had a peppermint tea this morning, nothing to eat with it. So I'm ready for my lunch, which I've just prepared. So I've got this out of the freezer. It's from a Slimming World batch cook that I did a while ago. It's cheesy vegetable frittata. So obviously it's got eggs in it, and then cherry tomatoes, courgette, spinach. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and peppers. I knew there's something else. And then I've got some crunchy rainbow salad with added tomatoes and onion. And I've got some of this green seasoning on it. And this is on NutriCheck for 6 calories a serving. So if you fancy the sound of that, it might be good on Slimming World as well. Although I don't know where you get it from because it came from Europe. And then I've got some of the barbecue sauce. Just a little touch of it because it's quite strong to overpower this frittata, but I do like barbecue sauce on it. So that's that, and then I've got 100 grams of grapes to pick at either both after the lunch and this afternoon. And that is 350 calories with a sugar-free orange tango. Yum yum. Oh yeah, I was going to say as well, the calories have to be taken with a pinch of salt because I made this and it's been in the freezer for about 6 weeks. So I've just had to do the best that I can with inputting the recipe as far as I can remember. I remember on Slimming World you don't measure or weigh anything. So yeah, you'll have to take lunch and tea because you'll see what I'm having for tea with a little pinch of salt, but hopefully it's not too far out. And we know it's a healthy, balanced meal as well. And did I say cheese? It's got cheese on as well. All over the place today. Right, it's 20 to 4. I'm still working, so it's just a quick video. I am a little bit peckish actually. I've eaten those grapes, but I'm still a little bit peckish. I didn't quite finish the frittata. I left about 2 bites of it. So I'm just going to eat this. I'll probably be having dinner a little bit later anyway because it's very warm, isn't it? So what day are we on? Thursday. I'm having one of these Lindal K-Vags. It's the cafe latte, and I'm having 10 grams of chocolate protein granola and 10 grams of raisins and just a small coffee. I think my body feels like it's missed out because I had crumpets this morning and not yogurt and granola. But I'm going to have this now and see how I get on the rest of the day. Be interesting because it's more or less the first time I've had a sort of snack like this.
Peggy, no.
Just put Charlie's dinner down, and of course Peggy's coming to inspect it. Good evening. Actually, I haven't looked at exactly the time, but I'll have to tell you that later. But it's about 6 o'clock, maybe 10 past. It's supposedly 27 degrees. So we're in the woods. But do you remember the last time I came and I said it was too hot? It's not as hot as that. It's quite pleasant in here today. So we'll just go around once. Here he comes. I know. And we'll have plenty of drink. And we'll have a little sit down. Oh. The bluebells are lovely in here when they come out. So I have got some questions, a couple of questions from the Any Questions vlog. I think that went out yesterday. So I'll do a couple of clips now answering a couple of the questions. Well, not now, but I think we'll stop at sorry, we'll stop at the next bench and do a little question and answer. Oh. Yes, I wasn't far off. It's 6:15. I haven't eaten anything since I ate that yogurt and granola, which was about 3:30, 10 to 4, something like that. So the first question, this is this is called Brayton Bath, by the way. The first question is from Cookie 1969. So the first bit of the question was wondering if you have set a goal weight for this journey or you will decide along the way. I think I did sort of address that in my introduction video. When I first went to Slimming World 10 years ago, for the sake of argument, I walked in at 26 stone and I had no idea where I would get to. I would eventually get to 11 stone. But when I walked in at 26 stone, the first target I set was just a 10%. And then I set like under 20 stone. And then I set 15 stone, and then 14, 13, 12, 11 and a half, and 11. And it just kept coming off. But that's because I was in a long 2-year golden period. I hardly ever went off plan. I was quickly able to manage to get back on plan. Anyway, that's not answering the question. So this time, I know what it's like to be down there at my lowest weights, and I can't deny that I have been thinking I would like to get back to between 11 and 12 stone, but I am trying my best to just keep going with the journey and not look too far ahead, because you've got to enjoy life as it is now. So the target I've set on NutriCheck is 16 stone. The reason I've set that is because it was when I returned to Slimming World the second time, I was 16 stone 4. So I'd like to get back to sort of around there. And also another goal that I've got is my very glamorous backpack has a waist extender, sorry, should I say. There's a runner going past. It has like a seatbelt extender, but for a backpack, a bum bag. So I would like to not need a belt extender on my bum bag. So I don't know how many inches that is. It's probably about 15 centimetres? It's probably a bit, you know, one of those 15 centimetre rulers. Yeah, it's bigger than that. It's maybe about 20 centimetres. I don't know what that is in inches. But yeah, so I don't know. Is that too much to ask? We'll see. But funnily enough, actually, thinking about it, when I've lost that 20 centimetres, say, it'll probably be winter and I won't really be using it a lot. But I've certainly used it a hell of a lot in the summer, you see, and I've got distracted. So that's my answer. There isn't an official goal weight. There's an ideal weight that I would get to if I could, and if I was feeling comfortable on Mounjaro. But at the moment, it's just getting healthy, getting a little bit slimmer, and just enjoying life as we are now. Cookie also says, I have been feeling so much more normal around food since starting Mounjaro. Do you feel the same? Now, I think it's a little bit harder for me to answer this question because I'm having to consider everything for the vlogging and for the pictures. So I'm probably having to think more about food and my feelings about food more than just if I wasn't vlogging or if I was just a normal person taking Mounjaro. Does that make sense? But there is definitely a freer feeling. I can eat my breakfast or eat my lunch and I can go to work knowing that I won't need to snack in the morning or I won't need to snack in the afternoon, or if I miss a snack it's not going to hurt me and lead. It's not going to, if I miss a snack or if I eat a snack, neither of them is going to lead to a binge eating session, if that makes sense. And I can go to the supermarket and look for things that I really, really fancy without being drawn to all the pastry. If I want a pastry, I could have one, but I'm not overly drawn to them. And I'm not bound by what's free and what's low sin on Slimming World. But anyway, there's someone coming, so I'll address the next question in the clip. Okay. You are again looking at the woods behind me. I'm sorry, I keep having to change my hold on the phone. Right, 6:30 now, and we're at the next bench. And we have a question from Sandy Beaches 07. If you listen, you might hear planes, I think it is, in the background. Hopefully it's not too loud. And Sandy, I think, has been watching me for quite a while because I recognise her name. And she says, "Hi Debbie, I'm wondering what you think of calorie counting now. Do you prefer it to Slimming World?" Well, of course, I'm not only doing calorie counting, I'm doing Mounjaro as well. And the reason I'm doing calorie counting is not particularly to reduce my calorie intake. It's so I know how many calories I'm eating, which I believe is important on Mounjaro or any weight loss medication, so that you know you're eating enough and not as well as maybe too much, and what you're eating as well. I mean, I'm doing it as I go along, but perhaps as we go further along the line, things will change, more protein will come in, less of this, more of that, less of this, more of that. We'll just have to, you know, things evolve as time goes on, and that's what I found with Slimming World. Have a look at the other side for a minute. Oh, there's Charlie. They won't go far. They won't wander away from me. So do I prefer calorie counting to Slimming World? It's different. It's not the only thing I'm doing. So it's difficult for me to say. There are times when I think, and I think I've sort of answered this before as well, there are times when I think, could I have just done calorie counting for a change? But then I remember that I said I needed help with my intake of food, and I don't think just calorie counting would be enough to help stop my cravings and other things. I think I need a little bit of help. I'm enjoying calorie counting. I'm enjoying Mounjaro for the most part. There are some mild side effects for me. I can still eat to the amount that I'd like to eat. In fact, I'd like to be able to eat a little bit more to increase my calories, because I'm roughly between 1,100 and 1,500, and ideally it would be a little higher, but I'm just going with the flow for now, and getting some advice from people that I trust. So yeah, I am enjoying it. I have said numerous times that I feel freer. It doesn't mean you can go out and eat loads of donuts and Mars bars, and although you can eat what you want, but I think that's what the Mounjaro's for. It's to stop me going and eating 10 Mars bars or however many for my, say, 2,000 calories. I think if I was just calorie counting, I'd definitely be using every calorie that came along, that I was allowed, and it's the Mounjaro that's helping me keep the calories lower. So, but in time and over time, I'd like to just increase them a little bit. But yes, I am enjoying it. Slimming World, you do have your groups, and you do have the proper scales that sort of get your respect. You know, we always knew that the Slimming World scales were right and confirmed. If you did weigh on your own scales, you still went to Slimming World to confirm that weight. And I know that there's people who calorie count or take weight loss medication that go to Slimming World at the same time. But I believe that I needed a change in my whole way of eating, as well as the support from the Mounjaro. So that's kind of why I've swapped. But I would never say don't try Slimming World, don't try calorie counting. Look into both. Look into the weight loss medications, do your own research, decide what's going to work for you, and decide what's going to help you long term. Because remember, you're not just on a weight loss journey. One, you're living your life, and two, you're going to have to, if I've had a long-term weight loss problem, I am going to have to follow some kind of plan or diet or help from Mounjaro, probably for the rest of my life. So that's what you have to consider. What can you do in a sensible way for the rest of your life? But yeah, that was a long-winded answer. I hope that answers it. And also quickly on the subject of calories, I've had some other questions, quite a few questions about how many calories can you have on Mounjaro, or how many calories can you have in general. Now, I think I've answered this question before. Maybe I have, or maybe I haven't. But to work out your calorie deficit or your calories for the day, you must go to a website or an app like MyFitnessPal or NutriCheck or Team RH, or some of them are online, and you must put all your own details in: your weight, your height, your level of activity, and how much you'd like to lose per week, and that will give you an idea and then you can try it for a little while and see if you're getting the results that you want, and you might want to increase or decrease those calories. But if you do want to calorie count, I would suggest downloading one of the apps for 7 days and just try and track one of your normal days of eating for a few days and just see where it takes you, and then you can decide, you know, what you're going to do. Right, I think that's enough from me. Let's get this walk finished and let's get home, because it'll be gone 7, probably 7:30 by the time we get home, and I'll need to eat. So like I said, it's actually 20 to 8 now, and I've got my evening meal. Now this looks massive, but remember it is just a pasta dish and the sauce makes it look bigger than it is. So I've got a salad, about 50 to 100 grams of salad, same amount as I had at lunchtime. Then I've got half a bag, or about 100 grams of the Iceland frozen rice, the steam bags. They are really good on any plan. And I usually only eat half anyway, so we'll see. And then I've got my Mayflower curry. Now, as I said, this is also a batch cooked meal, so I can't be exact on the calories, but I'm estimating around 470 calories for the whole thing. And I'll also have a juice which will add, I can't remember, about 10 calories or something, a nice cold orange juice. So I'm going to sit and eat this now, and we'll see how much I eat. I really know I'm going to try and enjoy most of it and prioritise the curry and the salad to eat first. That's what I've got left. It's mostly bits of rice, salad and the sauce. I've eaten all the chicken and I've eaten quite a bit of the salad. I don't really know if I should knock any calories off, but it's 8 o'clock now and I'm not sure whether I'll be eating anything else, but we'll see. But yeah, I made a good try of it and I enjoyed it. Yeah, that's what's left, and I think somebody's waiting. I'll take all the onion out and see if I can get them eating their dinners. So it is 9:20 and I am enjoying having my soaps back. Andrew's gone to bed, so I've just watched Emmerdale and I'm about 10 minutes into Coronation Street, and I've decided to have a Spirals double chocolate. This is 120 calories. I didn't really fancy an ice cream or anything, but I think just a little bit of chocolate will do me fine. Looking through my treat drawer that's left over, you know, stuff that's been in there a while, there's nothing really that appeals to me. So it was either this or a crunchy felt too sweet, you know, the honeycomb, like honeycomb and chocolate crunchy, that felt too sweet. I've got some ginger biscuits that didn't really appeal, and then I've got like all the skinny bars, and I've got a few flour and white bars as well, and some I've got some scampi and lemon crisps and some those like waffle bites. And I must say, I know I'm full up from my tea, but there's not a lot that appeals to me. Just a little taste of chocolate. So this is what I'm ending my day on, and I'll come back and do the roundup shortly. Good evening. It is 10:20. Sorry for the weird angle, but I just wanted to show you that we're having a cuddle, me and Peggy. There we go. Are you sleepy? I've just had to fetch her in from the garden twice because she's barking her head off. at something. So I don't know what all that's about. What are you barking at? What are you barking at, eh? Right. See, I knew. As soon as I moved my arm, she'd move. So, oh, there she is. My steps still aren't right on the Nutricheck, so I don't know what that's all about. So you're going to have to take my word for it again when I do the screen recording. But I end the day on 1,480 calories and 13,000 steps. The only thing I can think of is that I did some in the house earlier on, and the fitness tracking only tracks when you're actually out and about, and it does it by location. So I can't seem to get it to work from any other app that shows 13,000 steps. So you're just going to have to believe me again. Right, I'll do the screen recording, say goodnight and say it's Friday for me. So I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Good night, Peggy.